reached. As a result of this initiative, too little may be too late, definitely. For the first call, Arsene. Arsene in Canada, welcome to the mother of all talk shows.
Hi, George. How are you?
By the grace
George,
of God, good sir. Thank you. What would you like to say? Yes, the whole world can hear you. Go on.
I was okay. I was told that Imran Khan is about to join you, right? Is he there yet? Can I talk to him? Can I ask him questions?
He's not here yet, but I'm not sure I can subject him to questions. We're still getting him up.
Okay.
But I'll ask him your question. If you ask it to me, ask it to me.
Okay, good. Okay, the first one. Like, he's not in power anymore, right? So because the current government is, because I'm from Canada, right? And they are taking back our right. Only what I want to ask, like, if he's running a campaign about this imported government, why don't he give resign from all the national assemblies, and why don't he go nuts about it? This is my question.
Well, I'm not sure the second part of that question has any validity at all. Why is he not going nuts about it? Well, first of all, he's not the sort of man that goes nuts. He is, on the other hand, a very steely individual who is immediately focused on the task in hand, which is to mobilize the maximum number of people in Pakistan to force the stooge imported government to demit office and to hold a general election. And I predict to you, you might not like my prediction, but I mean it, that before the harvest is in, there will be new elections in Pakistan. And if they are free and fair and not rigged as many elections have been in the past, then Imran Khan will win a thumping majority. Look, current Prime Minister is a stinker. Shahbaz Sharif is a stinker. His government are rotters. And the people of Pakistan deserve better than that. And they will have better than that. I can assure you of that. Will Imran Khan return as Pakistan Prime Minister? A yes, B no. Will Imran Khan turn up soon for the show? I very much hope so. Le Pen has conceded in France, so Macron is the president for the next 5 years. I told you Rafael Siddiqui says even with the whole system against him, he will come back with people's support. Imran is one of Pakistan's favourite sons, and Pakistanis won't leave him ever. I spoke in Manchester in Piccadilly Gardens at the weekend. I think it was at the weekend, earlier this week anyway. And a very spirited gathering it was too. And on the screen behind me, there were millions of people on the streets of Lahore. The bot says, hi, this is a deal. The question is whether Mr. Imran will reform the judiciary after becoming the Prime Minister again. This has become very necessary in view of the current situation. If reforms are not made, then this will continue to happen again and again. I mean, a deal, the very words I said earlier. And Io Sant says, biggest problem for Imran Khan was infiltrators around him who play on both sides of the wicket. And they are still present around him. I'm sure he is aware of it. And I hope he makes sure that he will get rid of them as soon as possible. Well, I don't know the other infiltrators, but I'm well familiar with the infiltrator that sat as the governor of the Punjab. I don't know if he's still the governor, if he's been reinstated, but I hope he's not there for long. And I did warn Imran Khan years ago, in 2015, I think, that he would rue the day that he formed an alliance with Chaudhry Mohammad Sarwar, and rue it. Eventually, he did. And Bilal Fayaz says the key factor in bringing back Imran Khan is the social media. Pakistan army establishment has never faced such a challenge before. Imran Khan has politicized the whole nation. Youth, women, politics is every dinner table discussion. It's not an elite chess game anymore. That's the best text of the night, Bilal, so far, but there's a long way to go. Get voting on my Twitter, on my YouTube channel, and on my Telegram channel in our poll, will Imran Khan return as Pakistan Prime Minister? Shall I go to Corinne in Peterborough? Corinne, always welcome.
Thank you very much, George, and I'm really grateful that you've allowed me to come back and speak with you again. I wanted to talk, and you have Gonzalo Lira on later, and I was really, like very many people, very sad when he didn't turn up on the show last time, and we were all very worried about him, and so many people decided to write to embassies and world leaders and ask nicely if they could, just find out his whereabouts. And then shortly after that, he was released and, released back to his home.
Yeah, I think that may have helped, Corinne. Your efforts may well have helped, along with my own and many, many others. I wrote to the President of Chile, I wrote to the Foreign Minister of Chile, I wrote to the leader of the Communist bloc in the Parliament in Chile, I wrote to the Embassy of Chile in Poland, which was dealing with Ukrainian affairs, and I know that many, many people did, and thanks to God, this helped.
Such a good person to have done all that hard work.
Corinne?
And I want to thank you, and I want to thank all the other people as well who did that. Now, I have this belief that politicians listen to people because politicians always like to be popular and politicians always like to be justified in their actions. And so I think that the only way that, well, I hope, well, no, I think that the only way we can end the war in Ukraine, because it does seem to be an awful lot of them meeting and not getting any results, but this time, let's hope there will be results, is that we the people, that's everybody listening, that's you, me, everybody listening, write to world leaders, and especially to President Biden, President Zelensky, and President Vladimir Putin, and our own presidents and leaders of our own countries, and say, please, we care about this war and we'd like to see it end. And just ask nicely, could you help bring about talks, peace talks, and then say thank you. Anyway, that's why I phoned in. It's just, I thought, if we could do, if all of us could made a change and got Gonzalo Lira, we could do this. Yes. And if we don't ask, we don't get.
Faith can move mountains, and God helps those that help themselves. Corinne, thanks. Terrific call from Peterborough. Ebrar is on the line, again from England, in Birmingham. Go ahead, Ebrar.
Thank you very much, George. I appreciate giving cross paths in the past. At the University of Birmingham, if you remember, many years ago, with the Friends of Palestine. You came in 2009, I believe, 2009-10. I was with you, and I almost joined the Gaza flotilla. So it's a long time ago, but we crossed paths in the past. But today, I would like to just
I remember the meeting very clearly, Ebrar. It was quite
an interesting day.
Quite a tricky wicket.
Indeed. I'm glad you got away with the not out. Let's just say that. So, George, what it
is... Go ahead, Ebrar.
I've come back to university after 8 years. I'm doing a PhD at the moment, and so naturally I've become re-embroiled within the students. And so as I'm a slightly mature student, 2 weeks ago when Imran Khan called on the people to come together, we in Birmingham and the Midlands felt actually we couldn't sit back, even though we were comfortable in one way. We're able to enjoy a good life in the UK, thanks to the UK government for giving us many freedoms. But we as British Pakistanis and young people felt we needed to take a stand. So we set up something called the Pakistan Student Alliance in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Pakistan, mainly in support of Imran Khan, but actually more in support of good governance and focusing on those kind of ideals like equality and justice. Because we feel actually it's not a case of saying party A is bad or party B is bad. People can see that, but it's more a case of empowering the young people, educating the young people, so that actually the message that Imran Khan wants to portray gets across, which is the key thing, I think. So we had a protest.
I agree with you entirely. This is about... Yeah, go on.
Sorry, just to I'll get to my point. Today we held our very first protest, a Midlands Pakistan Student Alliance protest, which actually is the first of its kind for any Pakistani students in the UK. And so we just wanted to come onto your show and to say, we young people and we British people understand what's happening abroad. We can see corruption when it's black and white in front of you. We can see what good governance looks like coming from the West. And actually, we know what fairness and equality is. So please don't put someone in front of us as a new leader like Shehbaz Sharif.
I promise you, I promise you I will convey that to Prime Minister Imran Khan when he finally joins us. And well done for that activity. I myself will be speaking in Birmingham soon. I'm speaking in Oxford on Monday. But I hope a public meeting is now being organised in Birmingham in the Hall Green part of Birmingham. And so I might meet you there, Ebrar, if you are free, do come along and make yourself known to me. The issue of good governance is at the heart of it. Pakistan has had good governance under Imran Khan, certainly by comparison with the rogues gallery that went before. And that rogues gallery is now back. As I said, the cabinet looks like the front page of the Police Gazette. It's like a wanted poster. Instead, it's a poster of the government of Pakistan. And no free people will put up with that. Pakistanis are not beggars. They are not slaves. They are hard-working and intelligent people who have now the taste for democracy. And they will not allow it to be stolen from them. Of that, I am very sure indeed. And it looks like on the poll that overwhelmingly people agree with me. The previous record votes on one of our polls was 10,000. This one so far has 33,500 votes. Will Imran Khan return as Pakistan Prime Minister? A, yes, 95%, that's on Twitter. Yes, 95% on YouTube. And on Telegram, yes, 83%. A little more skeptical on the Telegram channel. No, 5% on Twitter. No, 5% on YouTube. No, 17% on Telegram. If you're one of those that voted no on Telegram or anywhere else, do call the show, because I'd like you to hear your reasoning. If you're in the United Kingdom, it's 08081 965522. If you're in the United States, it's +1 844 944 3344. You can email the show anytime at onair@moats.tv. I'll keep on taking calls, but I may have to cut callers off quickly if a certain Imran Khan comes on the line. I'm sure you'll understand. Hussein is in Italy. Go ahead, Hussein.
Hello, George. First of all, I want to say that I'm a huge fan of yours. Been following your shows and talks for a long time. And thank you for the opportunity. This is actually my first time calling on any TV show or live to a live audience.
Okay.
So first of all,
just take your time, then. Take your time.
Yeah, sure. All right. So we here in Italy, my family, we have been supporting Imran Khan for since 2010 or so, since he became a little bit more apparent on the Pakistani politics. And let me tell you, I've seen a lot of people converting from other corrupt parties to Imran Khan for guidance. And we are saddened for what has happened in Pakistan in the last month or so. The way the courts were open at 12 at the night, and the way all the institutions have turned against Imran Khan, it has saddened all us Pakistanis living abroad. And I just want to convey this message that we stand with Imran Khan all the way, and we will support him till the end, till he comes back with a 2/3 majority, and and bring change for good in Pakistan. That's my message to my Pakistan.
Well, I'll tell him that message. I'll tell him that message from Italy, Hussein. Thank you for it. Very moving indeed it was. You've touched on what is a political difference I have with Imran Khan. He continues to exalt some, at least, of the institutions which are, in fact, the fundamental problem in Pakistan. I've been involved in Pakistani politics for too long not to know and acknowledge them. And I'm going to call a spade a spade. I appreciate it's different if you're in politics in Pakistan, but you tune in here to this show to hear what I think is the truth. And what I think is the truth is that Pakistan's much vaunted institutions are rotten to the core, starting with the Chief of Army Staff. This coup could not have happened without his green light, and neither any of the other coups. I've lost track of them. When I became involved in Pakistani affairs, Zia-ul-Haq had just hanged the elected leader of Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. I have been involved since then, and the army have time after time after time after time negated or actually rigged the outcome of parliamentary elections. And the courts, to me, I'm sorry, are a joke. They are like a spoof, Terry Thomas version of 1930s, 1940s England. We're not like that anymore. We might even be worse than that now. But we're not like that anymore. And for a reason. This window dressing of the rule of law, this window dressing of military subordination to the political leadership of the country is nonsense. It isn't true. And unless it's changed, then Pakistani leaders, however much support they have in the country, will continue to be disposed of. And moreover, like the Egyptian army, the top brass of the Pakistan army is bought and paid for by the United States of America. Imran Khan was disposed of just like that on a word from the United States of America. And the army wheeled into action, the Chief of Army Staff wheeled into action. Now he takes off his uniform, I think in the autumn, October or November of this year. If he doesn't want to be remembered in infamy, he'll make sure that a general election is held before then. Let me take a quick break and I'll be right back. Peter says, the Afghan people have lost, George. I thought you were better than this, to be honest. Give me a call, Peter. Tell me what you mean. And Oliver says, for some reason, George was on the jihadist side when it came to Yugoslavia. And that's the reason I will never